Ready?
I'm ready. As soon as I saw him in the light of day, the state of him, to be honest, in terms of the countless injuries and the fact that his horrible dirty clothes on, was pale, thin, I thought, this is what I think it is. He's being abused. Even in the house, he wasn't budging or sorry at all. You know, he was absolutely adamant. I'd do it to myself. I'd do it to myself. Just wanted to be on his level as much as I could. A few years younger than me, both blokes. Thought I need to get him out of this environment. So I took him to the car, turned my camera off and said, it's just you and me now. And he quite calmly said to me, yeah, it was her. So we allowed him to get to the hospital, sort by removing her from the equation. And they said he probably had 10 days from death. It couldn't have got much worse for Alex. I love Jordan, and it took me a long time to know that she was abusing me. I grew up in Bedford. I basically just played football. I didn't really care about girls, not until Jordan came along. Felt quite nice, you know. People say to me, "Was you over the weekend?" I'd say, "I'm out with Jordan." She was caring, confident. She showed a real interest in me. She used to say things like, "Why do you all sit around the table and eat dinner?" Or, "You don't like the colour grey, you shouldn't wear it." Or, "I don't like your shoes like that." I never really took it as a negative. I just thought I wouldn't impress her, so I won't wear it again. I remember having a few arguments. She snapped my SIM card and I thought, no, I'm not doing this. I've got to go, I'm done with this. Out of the blue, she got her friends to pick her up, bring her here, and tell Alex she was pregnant. I'm like, yeah, right, you can test in my house, I'm not falling for that shit. She did do a test in the house and she was pregnant. I told Alex, you don't have to be with her, but you got to stand by her. Then we just didn't see her for 2 years. I got this text saying, are you willing to meet your grandson? I was like, yes. And she just rocked up on my doorstep on the 12th of August, spun the car seat round. It was just Alex. I fell in love with him. I couldn't shut the door on my grandson. I went absolutely off my head saying, like, oh, why the fuck did you let her read all this, that and the other? Mum was like, she seems lovely. She's changed. Being a mum has obviously changed her. I moved for about a week. I was going to go see TJ for the first time. Just remember walking in, seeing him lying there, kicking around and being a monkey basically. And I thought, that doesn't really surprise me because, you know, that's what I'm like. She was lovely. I couldn't fault her. It was just a really happy, lovely, extended family. And the cracks started to come in. They were out driving and they shouted abuse at one of the girls Alex was mates with. And I wasn't happy with that. I thought we'd gone past that. We'd grown up. So she just packed TJ's stuff up and told Alex he was to choose. He was only 19 when he went away and it was horrible. I didn't see Alex for 2 years. It was definitely TJ. I wanted to see him. I thought she just wouldn't let me see him anymore. And I definitely bonded with him over the last 8 months. So I literally just moved out. That was the last time we were home. I was happy. I thought, I'm there for my son. We're going to be a family. Shortly after I moved in, little things started to change. Started accusing me of doing things with girls when we went together, and just pregnant with TJ. Like, did I ever speak to this one? Or do things with that one? And I didn't do it. She just didn't believe it. She changed my phone, she got rid of the PlayStation, because I could talk to my mates on it. You can say I'm a mug. When you're just so caught up in everything, you just don't really know. I was really happy, but then things just got worse and worse. She was going uni, she made me go with her every day. She didn't trust me on my own. She thought I'd go back to see my mum. I don't know how I'd even gone because she took my wallet, so I had no money and I couldn't drive. After that, I just went uni with her every single day. One day we went to Winter Wonderland in London and she accused me of talking to these girls. She just kept walking. She made me go into these Boots. I made me buy, you know, some of the one-day sleeping tablets. And as long as I take one, I could go in. She made me put all of them in my mouth at once and just crunch them using my teeth like, and swallow them. I was just full of dozing off. It was so strong. So many occasions where I'd be asleep, she'd just smack me on the head and I'd look in the mirror, I'd just be bleeding. She started to use knives. I wasn't eating properly. Said you're not allowed to sleep in the bed, so I slept on the floor. I could feel my body starting to shut down. I didn't want TJ to get hurt, so I just kept going. I didn't know what was going to happen if I were to leave. Yeah, so we went and watched Bastille at a concert. It was good night. favourite city, favourite band. I just remember waking up to boiling water being poured on my back, and it was horrible. She got a £5 lie detector, told me to strap my hand in it, and if it thought I was lying, it would like beep, and just holding the boiling water kettle, so of course I had to. I was looking forward to it, you know, the changeover of what she was doing to me. That only lasted about 3 days. She would just wake me up with boiling water, and if it went cold, she'd just go and reboil it. I was backed into a corner and she lifted off the whole lid and just threw it. I screamed, like full-on screamed, it was horrible. A couple of days after, she chased me with a knife, and she went for my head and this hand was cut across. I was just tied up real tight with a football sock. The next thing I knew, there was a police knock at the door. We got a 999 call for a domestic between a man and a woman from the neighbours. Jordan came to the door, you know, she looked fine, well dressed. So there's been a problem. Alex hurt himself. So we went upstairs and Alex was sat at the top of the stairs. There was just blood everywhere. Sort of a large serrated kitchen knife. And Alex and Jordan were both telling us he had medical bouts to self-harm. We left and Alex went to hospital. They had me with a paracetamol drip, and they made me scrape all the red pink skin, and it was just left pink and raw. I was about to go into surgery, but Jordan took me out. The nurses said, please stay with us, and the consultant came down and said, are you sure you're safe to go home? It's really weird, you know, right place, right time, but I just said yeah. I kept saying I did it to myself. I was just scared of what she was going to do to me and my kids. We were just shouting and arguing, and the next thing you know, there was a policeman at the door. As soon as I saw him in the light of day, the state of him, to be honest, in terms of the countless injuries and the fact that he had these horrible dirty clothes on, was pale, thin, I thought, this is what I think he is. He's being abused.